Arsenal win the 2026.
And really, when you look at it, Martin...
Massive congratulations. I'm sure there was a lot to like in that performance. What did you like the most?
Well, a really, really good performance so early in the season to play at the level that we've done it and to show the desire that we showed in every action. I was really impressed, really. I said to them, I really enjoyed watching them play.
2 assists for Solis today, a brilliant debut from him. He got the most assists in the whole of Europe last season. What's impressed you the most about working with him so far?
I think how naturally he's accommodated in the squad, in the team, and his level of understanding. He's a player that I think he makes decisions when a lot of people rushes and makes wrong decisions. He's very, very smart, very accurate, and again today, you know, in tight spaces, he made the right decision twice, and he's
Player of the match today, along with Rice returning into the team, as well as the addition of Bruno Guimaraes. How strong is this Arsenal midfield?
Yeah, very strong. I think we've been adding year after year quality, different combinations, and now we have especially a lot of leadership, players with different qualities, but that they can play together and be very strong.
How important was it for you to see a performance like this as you head into the new season?
Yeah, I'd be surprised because obviously you had the pre-season. We have 3 different groups. 8 or 9 players arrived 4 days ago just to get tested. They trained 2 days, and to be able to play in the manner that we thought is extremely impressive. But it tells you how much those players wanted, you know, the level of desire that we have and the quality that we have for sure.
Going into next weekend, the Premier League starts again. It was such a huge achievement for Arsenal to win the title last year. So how do you maintain that, or even better what you did last season?
Pushing each other every single day, and with the squad that we have, with the ambition that we have at the club, that's going to maintain the fire, elevate the level at the demands daily. If we do that, I'm sure we will be very, very competitive.
A couple of players that weren't involved in the Arsenal matchday squad today, Martinelli and Jesus. Do you expect them to leave the club before the window closes?
It's really sad not to have the ability, and I've been fighting with the Premier League to extend and to accommodate more players in the squad, because it's always tough, because they deserve to be in the squad, there is no question. Ethan as well, Marley as well, that has been the whole pre-season with us. So hopefully we can change that rule and players can enjoy on the pitch and being an option to play and contribute to the team as much as possible.
So you still expect them to be part of Arsenal going forward?
Yes, they are all very important for us.
Thank you, Mikel.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, the window is still open and there is potentially still work that Arsenal could do in it. And he was asked a question about the transfer market in the press conference. He said if the right deal is there, and they will still make it, so we could still see changes. And it's, I suppose, the blessing and curse of being a manager, isn't it? That you get to add to the squad, but you also have to ship players out, Martin.
Yeah, and because they were involved in so many games last season and making it to the Champions League, I can see there's a temptation to maybe spend again. And they've got to trust their instinct on that, because the team today, you know, might be ahead of where they saw themselves because it was just coming to the end of the pre-season. But you know, there's an awful lot more games to go. You look at the strength of that midfield; it's quite phenomenal, really. And obviously at the front of that, you've got Ødegaard, you've got Eze, you've got Max Daumann in there, and then Bruno, Declan Rice, Zupimendi, Romero. You know, 2 World Cup winners in the midfield, and they've not. One of them didn't feature today at all, so it just gives you an idea of what we're talking about.
Do they need to strengthen some more?
But yeah, listen, if the right players come available, everyone would look to strengthen, regardless of how strong you think you are. And the best place to be is content with your team, but open to suggestions in regards to strengthening. And it's an easy sell now for Arsenal. Like, if you're trying to attract a player, the fact that they was dominant last season, they look like they're going to dominate again this season, and obviously with the strength that they got to in the Champions League, the latter stages, so it's an easy sell for any player.
Yeah, for sure, I want to score more goals, and it's a good way to start like that today, so yeah, happy.
It was a chance to see a couple of the new Arsenal additions from this summer in the team, including Bruno Guimaraes, who started in midfield with you today. What's he been like to play with?
I think it's been unbelievable since the first moment. You know, he's come in here and yeah, felt like such a natural part of the team. Although we had some big fights in the past, but he's been such a natural part of the team, and you see his quality on the pitch. You know, he's so good on the ball, but he's also a fighter. He wins the ball, and yeah, it was massive. Christos as well on the left. You know, I think he had 2 assists today, and a strong performance as well. So I think everyone was good today, so it was good to see.
It's the first of many battles you're going to have with Manchester City this season. Was this an opportunity just to lay down an early marker this season?
I mean, yeah, for everyone to see our level. I think we showed our level today. I think we showed that we're ready. I think we showed that we're serious. We want to do it again. And there's more trophies to go for, and that's the aim. So, yeah, we're well prepared, and we're looking forward to the next one now.
What is that mindset for you as Premier League champions coming into this season and trying to defend that title like? How different is it?
No, we're going to attack it. We want to do it again. This was an unbelievable achievement and experience for all of us. And when you get the taste of how nice it is, you want to do it again. And there's also a few other ones we want to take, So, yeah, we're ready, and I think we showed that today.
You mean the Champions League, right?
Of course. I think at this club you want to win all of them, but of course that's a big one. And but to be fair, we want to win everything, and that's the mindset. So yeah, let's look for Friday now, and hopefully get a good start in the league.
Congratulations, a victory today, silverware.
Can't always be super slick, can you?
You don't know what's coming next, it proves, doesn't it?
You absolutely don't. Don't injure him, whatever you do.
A nice way to find out, though, lifting the trophy.
A lovely way to find out, isn't it? Let's have a look at these goals, and you just saw a little clip of it there. The first one, 24 seconds from the kickoff, took to Calafiori to get that goal.
Yeah, I mean, the bodies they were getting into the box, we said right from the beginning, a real show of intent from Arsenal. Then the slick movement there, Skelly, they lets it roll across his body. It's an intent where he wants to play it forward quickly. This is what I really like about him. He came into the team late in the season, I think it was. I think early May, and played against Fulham, and he stayed against Atletico Madrid. And it's because of this type of ball that he punches into space. I mean, look, it's an incredible run as well. That's the fullback. That's the modern day game. And he couldn't really miss from there. And then they were just totally dominant, Arsenal. They were just rampant from that. I think maybe only 5 minutes in the game Man City showed up.
Jolien, it looks like Man City are trying defensive line, which caught them out twice in this game.
Yeah, I think these clips and these images here are more telling than the actual goals today. If this is the theme going forward, it could be a long season regarding the defensive side of the team and the self, because there's no pressure on the ball. They're trying to hold it on the edge of the box. You can see they're waiting to go in there, and like I said before, even if they time it perfectly in this instance and Kushnaf or Diaz get there, they're running back to their own goal and have to clear it and have to defend it that way. So for me, when the ball's that close to the box, I'll take a couple more yards, go a little bit deeper, so when you are clearing it, you're clearing it away from your goal.
Good movement though from Havertz, wasn't it? Because he's moving, he's anticipating where Solis is going to head that ball back across the goal. And again, a player that was injured for large periods of last season, and he's had a really good pre-season under his belt, and he's showing that now.
Martin, how lovely was this finish from Martin Odegaard for 3 now?
Well, as I said, I talked about his swagger coming back and those connections, and there was a nutmeg, there was a little change of direction, and it just seems it's all coming back again. I mean, again, it's the start of the second half, bodies in the box, that would have been the message. And look, he sits the goalkeeper down here beautifully. That's a top goalkeeper, by the way, anticipating. And looks like he's coming back with a new intention. And he's come back early by all accounts. And he hasn't had much of a break because he missed so much of last season. I think he can afford to do that. And he had the manager gave him a large chunk of this match to prove that. I think he's going to come under pressure, but he's handling it really well, and that's what the manager wants. He wants him to have to play his best football, and it's there now.
On the opposite side, for City, it looks like a real lack of connection. Like they're not all on the same page, Jolien, yet.
Yeah, but these are the things I expected to see, to be honest, Laura. Like you come in back and you've probably trained together 3 or 4 times. And then Anderson's only just come into the building. Semenyo and Cherky obviously miscommunication, and this is what pre-season is for. It's to get the connections, it's to get the rustiness out and the rhythm. And so I'm not necessarily surprised by these moments. It was how far they are away from Arsenal. These moments weren't happening for both teams, and that's the thing. It's okay to happen, but when your rival in the title charge is Arsenal and they're so close to where we expected them to be and City aren't, that's the telling part.
I think Maresca, we shouldn't underestimate him, because now he'll lick his wounds and he'll come back. He's obviously won the Club World Cup as well at Chelsea, won a Euro trophy, got them into the...
How are you doing? Thank you for joining us. Are you well?
Well done. Congratulations. Well done. Thank you.
Well, we were just saying, you don't have to take your earrings out. We won't tell you off. It's fine. But these guys might. Congratulations, first of all. How satisfying is it, the first piece of silverware that you can win, you do win?
Yeah, I think it was such an important game, such an important test for us. Obviously, the trophy
it's still important. It was more to prove to see our mentality after winning last season.
Yeah.
And I think we started in a perfect way.
You started in a perfect way. 24 seconds to your goal.
Really?
That was a great way to start, wasn't it?
Amazing. I think it helped the team a lot. Obviously, when you score so early, you can help the team.
Ricardo, just at the start of the game, there seemed to be this emphasis of you get in there. There was lots of bodies getting forward. Is that the message now? Because you were so many bodies in there, it fell to you, and you made that run many times.
Yeah, obviously, I try always to give a solution to my teammates, but I have to say, in this occasion, especially, like the pass from Miles was unbelievable. No, all the players can see this kind of lines, so I always try to give options, and Miles gave me the perfect ball, and then. Yeah.
So did the run make the goal or the pass make the goal?
I think it's 70% him and 30% me.
That's very humble of you. New signings as well that have bedded in today. What did you make of how Zolis performed, and also Bruno?
Yeah, obviously I played many games already, 3-4 games already with Christos, and I think it was one of the best players on pitch today. And Bruno as well, always trying to play forward. I like this kind of players, and I don't know what happened. It wasn't that fit, maybe. It was the first game, so it's a long season. I'm really, really happy to have in the squad.
Yeah.
How are you handling the pressure of just getting into the team? Because you've got Hincapié there, breathing all over you. Different type of fullback. Maybe he goes down the line when he gets forward. He comes inside. He's maybe a more contact defender. But there's nothing between the two of you. Are you enjoying that battle?
Yeah, obviously it's a battle, but I don't see him as a battle because he's one of my best friends at the Arsenal. I get along really good with him. And as you mentioned, I think we're really different. So if I was the manager, I would have been happy, to be honest. At the same time, it's not easy to pick the right one. So I think
you leave it down to the manager.
Yeah, I leave it to him. Obviously, I was so happy to play this final. It was my first final that I started. So I'm really happy, but we'll see.
On the manager, what's he said to you in pre-season to get you guys all back on the same page and keeping the intensity up to try and win more trophies?
Yeah, it's a strange pre-season as well after World Cup. It's not easy, I think.
Quick.
Yeah, to think about different ways, and I really appreciate the way the boys came back from the short holidays they had, which is the opposite of mine. And
you used that time well though, because you've had injury issues.
Obviously, I was not happy, but at the same time, I hope you will see in the season that I had much more time off than the others. And I like the mentality. I like how we came back. I like how we played today. Was amazing. So
yeah, are you surprised with not your performance, but perhaps the Manchester City performance today?
I always say that I like to focus more on myself, on my team. I didn't watch them too much. I was just so happy about our performance.
Yeah.
And was you surprised on your own performance as a team? Like how close you were to performing last season?
Not surprised, but I think it's close to perfection, this kind of performance. So really good.
Excellent. Well, look, we'll let you go and enjoy it.
Thank you so much. Thank you,
Ricardo.
guys.
Congratulations as well. A Community Shield win for this Arsenal side straight off the. When you're in a game like this that all the players call a final, that you start off with a really strong win like that, Martin.
It certainly helps your season. It obviously cements everything you've done in your preparation, all the minutes and trying to juggling. I mean, it's spinning plates, isn't it? When you think of all the players that are coming back in, he's only had them in the building 5 days from last weekend. So, I think it's been quite a turnaround, proving that the players are professional. They're all doing their own stuff these days. We were talking about Bernardo Silva not doing anything, but he's probably the only player now who doesn't, because as a professional, you keep fit, and then you give that kind of performance. And then, because you never know, you don't want to give that chance to someone else. And it certainly saw that in Ødegaard, in the way that he performed today. He's the captain, he sets the standard. And Arsenal today looking first class. It's one game, don't want to get carried away with it. Box it away, yeah, it's done now, but it's lots of hard work ahead.
But there was a sharpness to them, Jolien, today that Man City seemed to not have.
Yeah, definitely. There was a rhythm, a cohesion there that we spoke about City not having, so you've got to give them credit. But they're also playing with a lot of more expectation now. And unlike previous seasons, they've got that monkey off their back. They've gone and they've tasted success, so they want to get that again. They want to maintain the level they've set last season, and we said that they're very close to being where they should be.
It can be a blessing and a curse, I suppose, can't it? Because on one hand you say it's so difficult to follow up success in the Premier League with another title, but on the other hand you've got that experience now behind you, which seemed to be what they were always missing when they were going for those titles.
But I think the club is in a different position now than it was in the past. When I look back at, former successes, the club's really building now. It's all geared up for success, to go the next level, to get to another Champions League final, to perhaps win a Champions League final. It's very, very different. And a young manager who's broken through, really. It's a breakthrough win for winning the Premier League and against Pep. And now he's gone. You just saw, maybe there's a changing of the guard that we're seeing, huge changes ahead of us in the Premier League. 9 new managers at all these different football clubs. And the team that looks most stable is Arsenal right now.
Yeah. Look, these are the odds. This is the updated odds as well. It's still Arsenal and Manchester City at the top there. Liverpool, Manchester United, Chelsea and Spurs bringing up the rear. Anything there that shocks you?
No, even the Spurs one, I think they're all there on prestige, obviously, because no one's played any games, so you can't really suggest that is going to be how it finishes. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
That's how odds work, really, I suppose.
I wouldn't be surprised if Spurs do finish 6th due to the signings and the new manager and where they want to be as a club, but
they can't finish 17th, 3 years on the bounce, can they? So maybe it is worth a bet with those sorts of odds. I think I'm just looking at Man City, Liverpool, Chelsea. Chelsea might do something. Manchester United now, with only 40 games they played last year, is their squad big enough? That's a concern for me.
They've made some interesting signings, Chelsea, as well, haven't they? What have you made of those that they've made?
Again, not surprised. They've added quality. I expect more personnel arriving at Chelsea and to leave. But in regards to where and what they're expected to do, I think it's going to help the new manager playing 1 game a week. Yes, players and managers want to.
Alonso, though, I think the culture he sets when he went to Leverkusen, they used to call it Neverkusen, and then he went there and went unbeaten a whole season. So he can make big changes, and it's. I can see that. It's interesting he's bringing in senior players.
I think that's more of a club.
Henderson,
I think that's more of a club thing, and I do recognise that's what they needed. I think when you have a young squad, you get excitement, and there's an understanding of game management. Even when in the game, when you're losing or winning, you need to know how to keep a level-headed approach to it, and that's what they've done with Jordan Henderson and Welbeck.
There are so many changes of manager that we've seen recently, obviously, this season with it about to kick off, and Man City, of course, are one of them. How much is that going to shake up the league? Because it's you just don't know how you can predict anything when it's like that.
Yeah, it's going to add a massive competition and uncertainty to a lot of teams, and like you said there, we're looking at that thinking who's going to come out on top, and you have to give credit to Arsenal. They seem to be in the most position based on having the longest-serving manager, the cohesion they have, the understanding as a club, not just as a team. So, yeah, Arsenal are rightly so favourites to win. Just
Glasnow going to Forest and Pereira, what a massive job he did. It's so impossible to predict now who's going to be in the job. How many casualties will there be in terms of those management? Not only the 9, we've got 2 others who will, they're not long in the door. So it's really fresh for them as well. Let's see how they go.
How do Arsenal need to start this season? It's too easy, isn't it, just to say they need to start well. But in terms of their recruitment and what they still need to do, what do you think is key for Arsenal to retain the Premier League title?
The consistency, like we've seen today. I think that performance didn't surprise me at all. We've seen Arsenal play better than that, but the fact that they're there is worrying. The fact that they're that close to the level they set last season is daunting for the teams that are going to be able to compete, because no one was able to match them last year, so it's just proven that this year is going to be equally as tough.
It's strong all over, really, isn't it? Because even though David Raya didn't have much to do today, when he was called upon, he really stood up, didn't he?
You look at it and you say, how on earth does he not play in the national team?
Yeah.
He's a remarkable talent. He just has to stay focused. I think one went through Gabriel's legs. He's straight down. He makes the save. He's really impressive in the way that he's so professional, and it just doesn't seem to have hurt him in any way not playing in. Of course, the Spanish team win the World Cup. It's fantastic just to be involved, but he would have wanted to play. He's come back, none of it's affected him, just straight back into the job.
Well, that's the best thing about it, isn't it? At least he got a little bit of a rest, and the question was, how on earth is he not starting? But then when the keeper wins the Golden Glove, you can't really argue that, can you? And they win the whole World Cup. Look, we've got loads to talk about. We were actually going
to all of them for coming so far. And it's the beginning of the season. It's not good enough. Many things are changing. Obviously, a new manager as well. Still, the way the game starts, it just sets you off right away. They get comfortable into playing their game. But in the end as well, this is just starting. And the most important is that we're already looking forward, and we'll be ready for our next game.
Yeah, how much can you all read into that performance today as you head into the season?
I mean, I joined midway. This is the third game since I've been back. The feeling has been good. Obviously today it's frustrating, and it's a final. We all obviously want to win it. But if there's a lesson to be learned on the final, let it be this one, because there's a lot more coming.
It has been a summer of change, as you say, though. Your first game at City without Pep Guardiola here, and for a lot of the players as well. What's this new era, this new start feel like for you all under Enzo Maresca, and how's it been so far?
Well, it's obviously a positive energy and the feeling of a lot of work to put into. It's part of any transition for things not to be so perfect in the beginning, and you need to push through. You need to keep on working. You need to communicate. You need to make things work between us, and obviously with Enzo as well. And I feel like we're in a very good way. But we need to keep on working, and there's obviously going to be lots of challenges along the way. And that's it. I mean, stay positive, look forward. We have our first Premier League game very soon, and we're looking